got to be efficient and quick. And football teaches you sudden change, so you get off the field and you get to the sideline, you get a break, get a water break, turnover, got to get right back out there, right? And so when you think about that in terms of business, people used to say, I used to tell people, I do a YouTube channel, you got to check me out, I think I could be successful in this. And people say, oh, send me your tape. And while they're talking to me, I done already texted them my YouTube link. And I was like, you already got it. I just sent it to you. And they're like, wow. So now they're watching it real time. So in terms of a traditional sense, if that time that, I would have to prepare a, get it mailed out, then to receive it, then to watch it, and then to send me feedback, that's probably a 4-week process, a month process, and I'm out of sight, out of mind.
Missed opportunity.
Yep. And now you got to be efficient. You got to be able to have something that everybody needs. You got to give them the blue elephant, something they didn't know they don't need, that they know they couldn't, that now they can't live without. And so now you're able to send them stuff that they're just like, oh yeah, this is cool. So now to tie it back to Football Game Plan, I put out a draft guide the last 2 years. I put out a draft guide, NFL draft guide. Now people tend to look at Kuiper as a standard, which he is. He created this whole cottage industry. But if you think about what you hear on TV, everyone's talking about the same, 50 prospects. But we know that the NFL draft is, 250 something players, and half the league is comprised of guys that are not on, that were not drafted. So I was like, all right, cool. So I put out my draft guide last year, had over 700 players, and this is a sample of what it is. It's a big, thick book, all scouting reports, right? So now, and I saw this happen in 2014 when I was doing my draft videos. If someone gets drafted and and I specialize in smaller school prospects, that's why the book is so thick. So if someone gets drafted from, let's say, McNeese State, and all the beat writers of the team are like, well, who the hell is this guy from McNeese State? They got to go to Football Game Plan to get a scouting report, and now you become the source. And so now that's how you grow the business. So now people know I can go here to get at least that. But while they're there, they see everything else that you offer, and that's how you get people staying.
And so what you've basically done is you've hacked the path. So there is a path and a natural flow. You become a something that is necessary, and you also become something that is now also convenient. And now you become something that they are now demanding. And because you offer something that they need, but you're not giving to them, they're not like needy from a place of desperation. You're not selling salvation. You're giving them a quality product at a time that they need it. And then that to me is like, do they say thank you?
They say thank you by keep bringing me back on their radio shows, and now your brand grows, your personal brand grows. So people, let's say CBS sees like, well, why are we keep bringing on this dude that you guys say give us all the different information, and he's on 6 of our shows? How about we just bring him on CBS? And so boom, you've created multiple pathways for success where everyone is focusing on the big picture. Everybody's focusing on the NFL, but they're missing, the small school guys, the coaches. They're missing, the players that come in from Canada. There's so much that they're missing, but you have jumped in and filled those voids that now you become the source for women's football, CFL, international prospects, small school prospects, under the radar coaching candidates. You've become the source. You've created that void, and now you've just strengthened your tie. So when you say something, people will now listen.